Think I am live. Okay, so welcome back to MGTV. Now, we have some sad news for most Arsenal fans at this moment. The news broke this morning that William Saliba is not happy, and we know for a fact that we as Arsenal fans, we know that William Saliba, there was an issue initially in regards to William Saliba and what is happening with him. Now, what we can say is that I believe that the situation was not dealt with properly. More could have been done, and I mean a lot more could have been done with William Saliba's situation. And this is one of Mikel Arteta's man management issues that I would definitely put on his back, because we have seen where man management wise he has failed in some perspective, and I do believe that he has to work on that side of his managerial skill, because he can't continue failing too often. He might get away with it initially in some situations, but I don't think that he will get away with it quite often. Now, a player like William Saliba, where Arsenal fans really love, a player where Arsenal fans were looking forward to seeing in this Arsenal team, we are yet to see any progress, we are yet to see any words of encouragement in regards to William Saliba, and also in regards to him being a part of the team in itself. We have seen him in and about around the team, but we're not convinced that Mikel Arteta is quite confident in him. And that is something that we are looking for as Arsenal fans. We're looking for stability. We're looking for transparency. We're also looking for the concept that Mikel Arteta himself said that he wanted to bring a bit of stability to the club, and also let other players know what they are for, and that he's moving or he's going to work with them. But so far, with William Saliba, we are not seeing that at this moment, because I am not sure if it's a case in which Mikel Arteta believes that he's not confident in William Saliba. But at this point in time, William Saliba is a broken man and is very much upset with how the situation has been handled. And I do believe that there are things that these are some of the things that Mikel Arteta has to work on. This is a part of his man management skills, and this is also something where he believes that, or the player believes that, he's not getting the best from the manager, which is you, Mikel Arteta. So as the manager, would definitely step it up and do something better, in a sense of which giving the player a bit of confidence, also giving the player the mindset that he's a part of the club, and moving forward, he will definitely be a part of the club. Now, I am not sure why Mikel Arteta really has no confidence in him, because statistically, he's actually one of the better defenders last season in the French division. Also, he was identified as one of the top talents in the French division, and at this point in time, that is not being reflected. So I do believe that this is something that Mikel Arteta has to take a bit of responsibility for. No, it is hard. I'm going to get into the bits and pieces of what was said or what is being done. So at this point in time, it's something that is trending on Twitter. And Arsenal fans, we love the ideal of what is happening around us. And so far, we're not getting that from the club, we're not getting that from the manager himself. And I do believe that something is going wrong. And if you take into context, another issue is that, where should I put it? He gives belief into players, the senior players, which are not in the club's future, more than so that he gives to the the junior players. And that is something I don't think that is well worthy on that part, because we know that moving forward from here, it is actually the junior players are going to be a sense a part of the club, and they are the one who definitely can believe or bring something in the club, because most of these players, these senior players, they're done and dusted and have passed their time, and I don't see where or however an Arsenal fan would definitely want to hold on to any one of these players, because they are not of the quality and they have not proven themselves so far, and they have been at the club long enough to have proven themselves, and they have not proven themselves so far. So that is a massive situation where I believe that Mikel Arteta has to take massive responsibility for what he's doing at this point in time. And it is something that many people are looking on and definitely keening on Mikel Arteta for, because we know that Mikel Arteta has managerial issues in regards to certain players, and you can see where he has a bit of favoritism, and that is not well. A player like Willian, why is it that Willian would get game time even though he break current quarantine rules or the COVID rules that are set in place, and went to Dubai and then put the rest of the team at jeopardy by coming back to mix and mingle with the rest of the team? And I do believe that doing something like that, at some point in time, you must take responsibility for an action like that, because we know for a fact that these are things that happen when players are indisciplined. As I said before yesterday on my live stream, this is a case in which Mikel Arteta is using these disciplinary actions only for certain players, or it only applies to certain players which are not his favorite. And I saw he did something the other day quite openly, where he threw Nicolas Pepe under the bus, and that I saw when he did that, my eyes were a bit open, knowing to the fact that why would a manager throw his own player under the bus, and you're not Jose Mourinho? It is well known for Jose Mourinho to throw his own players under the bus, but why would Mikel Arteta throw Nicolas Pepe under the bus? It's the case of which Mikel Arteta has been eyeballing him for a while and say, okay, let me see what you have, let me see what you're going to do. And the moment Nicolas Pepe does something wrong, he would be like, I told you so, or this was about to happen, like he was expecting him to do something. And then when he finally did, he grabbed the opportunity to pounce on it. Now, Mikel Arteta said in his post-match interview that Nicolas Pepe let the team down. As a manager, that is not something you say about a player. When you see a player do something on the field and you turn around as a manager and say the player let the team down, you definitely is isolating the player in regards to the situation. And we know for a fact that football is a team thing. You cannot say that a player let the team down. Now, what we as fans are going to analyze you about now, or we're going to be very keyed on you, is coming Thursday or today. Let us see the starting lineup today. And if that starting lineup is without Nicolas Pepe, for a fact, I do believe that that is something that we as fans are going to uproar about. Because we know for a fact that Nicolas Pepe is a good player, but we want to see for a fact that if you're going to play him, we definitely will be looking out for that. Because if coming later this evening, Nicolas Pepe is not in that starting lineup, questions will be asked, and fingers will be pointing. And a lot of these fingers will be pointing at you. They will be pointing at you, Mikel Arteta. So, I would definitely implore you to look into the things that you're doing at this point in time and consider it. Now, a young player, one of the most promising defender, that is William Saliba. You are now neglecting him, pushing him to the side, basically forcing him out of the club. What confidence are you giving the young defender? What confidence are you giving the young defender moving on to next season? Because at this point in time, we know for a fact that Mustafi, Koложnak, David Luiz, Socrates, Chambers, all these type of players, next transfer window, these players will be offloaded. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do, Mikel Arteta? What are you going to do then? Because these are the type of players that we definitely need. And if we're not seeing you putting confidence in these players for them to perform at their optimum best, how would they progress? How will they progress? What things are you putting in place for these players to progress? It's a case in which you just make some rules and decided that these are the things that should happen and these are the things that will happen. Mikel Arteta, questions are being asked. Lots of questions are being asked. And I do believe that questions required answers. So I'm going to go on Twitter and take a look at outlets that are speaking about Saliba. One of the things that I saw was that he is willing to take a pay cut. If a young player is willing to take if a young player is willing to take a pay cut from a club to move to a next club, something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. All right, so it was reported by the Sun So as you can see here, these are the outlets that are reporting. So that's from the Sun. So it's it. William Saliba is happy to take a significant wage cut in order to leave in January, according to Canal Plus, via Foot. So in all, well, you do believe that these are some of the things that where we think that are these moves that have been made by Mikel Arteta one of the moves that we would definitely say is the best move, because at this point in time I don't believe that this is one of the best moves to be Mikel Arteta would made. No, when I look into certain things, I would say, all right, so what are you planning to do with the situation? What are you planning to do with the player? Because we know for a fact that he's not a bad player, he's a good player, but you have to groom him. Now, we have seen a situation where Leicester City have done something with Fofana, where Leicester City threw Fofana in the heights of his young tenor career in the Premier League to get game time. And right now, Leicester City are reaping the success from that chance that they made. And what we realize is that, or what we have learned is that William Saliba was actually the better player of them both. But Leicester City went ahead with bravery and threw Wesley Fofana inside the lines then, and at this point in time, it has proven that it is working so far. It has proven that it's something that it can be done, and why not do it? So I do believe that this is something that Mikel Arteta has to work around, and he has to show his man management skills to definitely stand firm with the player. Now, this is the article which is stating that Mikel Arteta is making a centre back his top priority for this transfer. We're looking forward to see